are watching the Friday edition of Platinum Northwest TV News. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Philadelphia Mangoeng. Let's take a look at the leading top stories. First up, Northwest Premier Mokgosi has called on the government to find lasting solutions to address socio-economic needs, and the Democratic Alliance has called for Simelane's removal over the VBS allegations. In the business news, economic uncertainty casts shadow over Black Friday sales in South Africa, and in the sports news, England fight back against New Zealand after the top order collapse. We begin here. Northwest Premier Mokgosi said the problem of poverty is not the concern of poor people alone. However, Mokgosi, who was rather part of the debate of the National Council of Provinces in Parliament, said poverty is a challenge facing all humanity, for which they need to seek collective solutions to reduce and finally eradicate it. He also said that poverty is a product of the past, the blemish of the present, and if they are not careful, it would be the reality of the future. He said they are encouraged by the emerging confidence of positivity that has seen the province registering the highest number of jobs created in the latest quarterly labour force survey, with 69,000 jobs. In other news, the Democratic Alliance have said Justice Minister Simelane should do the right thing and step down from her position over her alleged involvement with the VBS Mutual Bank. The DA says it has submitted a Promotion of Access to Information Act application for Simelane's VBS loan report to President Cyril Ramaphosa. Member of Parliament and DA spokesperson on Justice and Constitutional Development, Advocate Glenis Breitenbach, said it's concerning that a Minister of Justice accused of corruption can continue to oversee the justice system and, more importantly, the National Prosecuting Authority, the very body tasked with investigating her. Breitenbach added that the president does not take this matter seriously, even though it broke out about 3 months ago. In more news, 17 illegal miners have resurfaced yesterday from 2 separate mine shafts in Stilfontein. The 14 who resurfaced at the Margaret shaft are foreign nationals from Lesotho, Zimbabwe and Mozambique. Around 300 illegal miners also appeared in the Stilfontein Magistrates Court. Among the charges are illegal mining and contravening the Immigration Act. An illegal miner at Stilfontein in the northwest says he was held against his will and forced to mine, alleging that mine bosses are armed. He is police spokesperson in the Northwest Province, Brigadier Sabata Mokhabona.
We can confirm that 17 illegal miners resurfaced today from Margaret Shaft and Shaft number 10 respectively. Of the 17, 14 resurfaced from Margaret Shaft and 3 from Shaft number 10. The 14 that resurfaced at Margaret Shaft are foreign nationals from Lesotho, Zimbabwe and Mozambique. They are still being processed and our operations continue.
In international news now, Iranian diplomats are scheduled to meet with their European counterparts today to discuss Tehran's nuclear program, following increasing tensions and a recent UN resolution condemning Iran's lack of cooperation. The talks will also address regional issues and come as Iran has ramped up its uranium enrichment and activated advancement centrifuges in response to the UN resolution. With the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump approaching in January, the meeting is viewed as an effort to ease tension and potentially lay the groundwork for future negotiations. Let's take a look now at the business news. In the business news, as South Africans prepare for the annual Black Friday shopping extravaganza, this year's event is expected to be approached with caution. With a stagnant economy and rising living costs, consumers may be hesitant to indulge in deals and discounts. Retailers are hopeful for sales boost, but it remains uncertain whether shoppers will be willing to spend amid these challenging economic conditions. Meanwhile, the National Consumer Commission has warned consumers against allegedly fraudulent retailers both during Black Friday and the festive season. Based on consumer complaints, the NCC has identified about 40 suppliers that seem to have either disappeared or cannot be traced at their addresses listed on the sales record or websites provided to consumers. Many of these relate to car dealerships and business listing directories, but also including clothing retailers and holiday accommodation. And that's all from the business news. Your sports update follows next. In cricket news, England's Harry Brook and Ollie Pope led a spirited recovery, scoring half-centuries to lift their team to 174 for 4 at tea on the second day of the first test against New Zealand in Christchurch. Despite a disastrous start that saw the 4 top-order batsmen dismissed cheaply, Brook and Pope's unbeaten 103-run partnership revived England's hope of making a comeback in the match. Moving on to soccer news now, Liverpool are set to take on Manchester City at Anfield in a crucial Premier League clash this Sunday. The Reds under manager Arne Slot are on a remarkable run, leading the league by 8 points after 12 games. Fresh off a 2-0 win over Real Madrid in the Champions League, Liverpool appear unstoppable. Meanwhile, Manchester City are enduring a nightmare season under Pep Guardiola. Winless in 6 games, the defending champion face immense pressure, with Guardiola admitting the team is in a fragile state. City have not won at Anfield in front of fans since 2003, adding to the challenge. The match is expected to be a thrilling encounter with significant implications for the Premier League title race. And that's where we're going to have to leave it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. The team will be back again on Monday. Till then, have a blessed weekend. Good night and take care.